Tuning into the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
I'm coming straight out of Compton. When something happens in South Central Los Angeles, nothing happens. It's just another nigga dead.
That's right!
Wow, that was a good chop. What's going on?
Happens in America's Got Talent. Nothing happens on AfterBuzz except the after show. Welcome to the most hardcore show on AfterBuzz.
That's right.
America's Got Talent.
That's right. Red, white, and blue.
I am your host, D Wizzle. With me, as always, is
MC Penny, baby.
MC Penny. Why? Because he'll change your attitude.
Gangster.
Hashtag Lincoln.
He doesn't make sense. He makes dollars.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Hi, and welcome to another edition of America's Got Talent on the AfterBuzz TV network. I'm your host, Daniel Weiss. With me again is Cameron Penny.
Cameron Penny, and as always, you can well, actually, I have a new Twitter this week I've added.
Ooh, that
Mr.
is
Daniel.
so great.
Yes, I thank to all the supporters out there and everyone who encouraged me. I took my time, and you can now follow me at Cameron Penny _.
That's so great. Thank you. You can follow me at It's Daniel Weiss on the Twitter. I will.
You always make funny posts too. I wanted to let you know
thank
that.
you. Thank
Always
you so much,
entertaining.
Cameron.
We could
That's
be
really nice
having
of you.
coffee with the girls, and you'll just see one of your tweets, and it's very entertaining. We just
very
share
nice
it,
of
but
you.
just pass the phone around.
If you'll excuse me for 1 second, I'm just going to snort this line of coke.
Okay,
if you would like
please.
to join me.
I'm just going to just do this shot.
Hello and welcome.
Woo!
We are going to talk about the first of the live shows now at Radio City Music Hall. That's right, I said Radio City. I won't take it back because I don't want to.
You don't have to.
Cameron, let's dive and delve and dig right into
Let's
it.
get it.
Opening the show, we had Zero A, and the judges were up on their feet. They said, that's how you open a show. I strictly was not blown away by it. I thought that it wasn't their best show. I thought that the last time that they were on was actually better, but they got all this praise out of nowhere.
Well, you know, first of all, finally happy to make it to Radio City Music Hall to kick off the season 10 finales. Great energy. They had the Ronettes and all of that good stuff hitting the stage. But Zero A. So they came out, they're dancing. They did the Lenny Kravitz. Are you going to come my way? It wasn't their best performance, but it is somebody that I would pay for. I mean, they were interesting. That's part of their show. They have the other previous acts they done leading up to tonight. I was impressed. They're ready for Vegas. Those light shows, I'm sure parents could take their kids and they will love that. So, you know, wasn't their best performance of their trial to get to where they are, but it was good. Great way to open.
I agree. I thought that they were good. I liked them. I just didn't think it was worth all the praise they were getting. What did you think about it, Kevin? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, what about you, Corey? You guys. Kevin and Corey are not here today.
They actually eloped.
They did.
We got a text message saying they eloped.
We didn't want to make a big deal of it, but yes, Kevin and Corey did elope. The weird thing is that Corey was the groom in this situation.
And you can see pictures right now at It's Kevin John.
Yes, we go to It's Kevin John or Corius. Wish them a
It's Hey Kevin John, by the way.
Yeah, hey, thank you, Steven.
That is our
Steven's
sexy
here.
producer,
He actually
Steven.
married them.
Yeah.
Do us a favor. Go to Hey Kevin John on Twitter and Corius on Twitter and just say congratulations on the wedding. They'll know exactly what you're talking about. Let's move on to the second act. We had Alondra Santos. She stepped it up. I thought she was very good. She did a good job. Again, I did not understand what she was saying because I don't speak Portuguese, but I thought she was very good.
Well, once again, remember she didn't make the show, so a spot open. They called her back to the show. Loved her opening. She started off a cappella with a white dress and covered in diamonds and flowers. And then, but she had too much going on around her. It was a lot of,
I agree. It was a little
so much
distracting.
going on that I really couldn't focus on her. And her having such a powerful voice, I was lost into the act and the streamers and everything else was going around her. But she was good, but I don't see anything that, I don't think she's going to get the $1 million.
I agree completely. But hey, good for her being back.
But I'm sure that something's going to happen for her because there's a market for her to be sold.
Oh, absolutely.
So something will happen with her.
Oh, she will.
But maybe not the show.
But then, what did you think about Vita coming up next? Sparkly Vita.
Well, Vita is actually when I grabbed my lotion because
right,
after the commercial, I went back there and I just okay.
Triple Threat was 3 guys and there's.
But Vita was good. She had red hair, diamond studded bodysuit. Like it was sewed together. It looked like she was kind of like a dance ball, like that you would dance to in the 70s. Right. That's how she was dressed.
So let's say that it's 15 seconds later and you're finished. What do you think of her as a talent?
She can work in Vegas too, somewhere.
Well, in a different club.
Yeah, a different club.
I thought it was. She was good.
It was really good, but I mean, I wouldn't.
Not by herself. Maybe she'll get a job with Cirque du Soleil or Cirque du Diamonds or some stuff.
Or the African Soul Fest. There you go.
Yeah.
But she was good. She got a nice little booty, great performance. But
sure, she does have a butt for pooping and other such things like sitting. Next, we had Triple Threat. And I was disappointed.
Listen. Oh my gosh, so bad. That's a wrap. So happy for you guys.
Yourself?
Yeah, I'm quoting myself because when I'm watching it, like I actually thought these guys had what it took. They had the nice innocent country boy swag, which was kind of cute, but they bombed. Whoever was their production manager or their person who gave them direction that night should be fired and never get a job again because they blew it. Triple Threat, what was you doing? Y'all blew it. I'm so disappointed. I got more. The dancing was terrible.
Guys, things, other things happened. There were these things. They had legs and arms.
They blew it. You guys are way better than this, like Howie said. I'm disappointed in you, Triple Threat. I think you're, never mind. I'm not even going to say what I think, but that was terrible. I'm sorry.
I agree. It's unfortunate. I thought they were really good the first 2 performances, and they came out, I think they were scared and tried to go safe. But their safe wasn't good.
Their safe has been being them. You try and do a Destiny's Child record with sweaters on like it's to fit like it's grease.
But I agree. It was very boy band, which is what the judges said. They were coming out in their Letterman jackets, and they're very like, and it didn't work.
Yes.
And it's unfortunate, and it did lose some of that hometown charm.
Yes.
That they have. I think they went too much with it.
Yes.
Yeah, it wasn't fun.
Sorry, Triple Threat.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but hopefully, unfortunately, I feel like there's not that much of a market for them if they're not
themselves.
They have to hit the ground running. They need to be launched.
Yeah.
And I don't think that they got far enough to be launched. If they lasted 2 more rounds, I think they'd be fine. But I don't think they had enough appeal
because
hopefully I'm wrong. I would love it if something great happens to them.
They should have just stuck to who they are.
Yes.
You guys didn't even get a record deal and you already sold out.
I agree completely.
Stick to the script.
Yes, I agree. Let's talk about the Gentlemen. They were fun. I thought they were really good. They are great dancers, and it gets to the point where they have that cute kid aspect of them, not the kind that Cameron has to stay 200 feet away from, but the like cute, adorable kid. But now I feel like it's not as solid of a dance. For where they are now.
Well, the Gentlemen, Zach and Cameron, were good again. They were dressed in their Steve Urkel suspenders, dancing
Which
Neo.
They have no idea who he is.
For sure. I think they need a choreographer. Because some of the steps were repeated, and you can see that it's them guys training themselves. But as far as the talent, we know it. They're gonna be somebody, but they need to grow a little bit more, get more well-rounded, and take other dancing professions so they can learn, get a deeper culture in the dance, so they can expand their performance.
Ioger. They'll be on Ellen, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And then do YouTube videos and make more than their parents make just from doing YouTube
Career's
videos.
not over. It actually just began from you guys.
Absolutely. Those are guys that I think have a way to do it. And maybe it's better for them because if they can do videos from YouTube, then it's like they can still be kids. They can live their life, but have this fun dance thing to do. Now,
this is your boy. You disappointed? Can we get some tissues? Oh, here go a tissue right here.
No. Here's the thing. Here's how he saved it.
Oh, no, he didn't save it.
He did save it.
Thank you, Steven, because you're going to need them. Because Piff, you were stiff, and I think you bombed bigger than the triple threat guys. Those are my 2 worst acts of the night.
I think that it wasn't Piff's strongest. I will absolutely agree. And I think that I was happy that he didn't get too much of a backlash because I feel like people were going to be upset that he had supposedly Mr. Piffles up in a box the whole time. We don't know. He focused too much on... Well, I don't think he focused enough on either. He didn't focus enough on the comedy or the magic. Both ways, the magic was okay, but he called it out the whole time by saying, oh, look, that one's shaking. It's probably Mr. Piffles, and then it was that one. So it wasn't really magic. And then it was funny. He had the woman in the queen outfit and hitting it, the box and everything. So I didn't think it was that great. However, like I've said before, it's how you, when you walk on stage and when you leave stage, you constantly have to be going. And so when his act was over, to heighten, he always has something with food. He ate a banana, he made a sandwich, and now he had takeout delivered to him. I thought that was really funny. That might have saved him, and let's hope that next time he can come back and do bigger with both ends, magic and comedy, because he's hilarious. But no, it was not his. I feel like if he had done this for his first act, he might not have gone through.
Just like Triple Threat, I felt like somebody sabotaged his set because you just the whole time you're watching, like, where is this going? I mean, just trying to figure out.
I thought there's going to be a bigger payoff than just he's in the box.
Yeah, that was terrible. And you can see NBC was trying to put music in the background to try to heighten the excitement. I thought he was going to get a buzzer because it just kept going and going with, even if it was in a box, that really wasn't, But Piff. His personality is perfect for television.
Yes.
He's cool. He's eating cereal. He's calm. He's doing his thing. But, what was it? The Game of Bones or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
he had Bones.
He had the whole pit fire thing, but it was terrible. I'm sorry, Piff. You were stiff.
I didn't think it was the best. But this is one of those guys that will leave here and get an NBC show as Piff or something. I don't know. But he we'll see some more of him. We'll get to that later. We are going to save who went through and who did not go through for the end, as it is a little bit of a shorter show, but it's so jam-packed that you won't even notice. Now, Benton Blount. Country singer, I guess. Singer. I think he's very talented, but again, this is one of those guys that it is a singer, and you can be the top singer. I'm still going to say I don't want a singer to win. I want a singer to win American Idol, either one. But not so much for this.
Well, one thing I liked about Benton is that he lined up his beard, unlike some other people.
I'm going all natural.
Benton had the crispy.
I'm working on my new reality show, Homeless or Hipster.
Oh.
Can you tell?
I really can't.
Homeless.
Thank you, Steven.
Stoner.
You win! This squirrel. That's all I got. I'm homeless.
He chose to do the song "Say Something" by This Big World. He made it his own. He had a full band. I liked it. It just sounded like I heard it before, even though he made the song his own. But the style of his voice sounded like I've heard it before. I think Howard said he sounded a little bit. He referred him to another rocker. I can't remember the name offhand, but good. But I still don't see him capturing it because every show he's still the same lane. He hasn't took it down or up. He stays safe.
I agree. I agree with you, but I think he's gonna win the hometown hearts and do a really good job in this competition because of that. Let's go 1, 2, Craig and Michelin. The duo. What do you say? They do stuff. They dance on each other.
Yeah.
They're
he was just flinging her around
Right.
all over the place.
It was fine. I didn't think it was that great of an act.
No, he almost dropped her.
Right.
A couple times. You could see he was the strain in his face. You could see the, he wasn't. Last time they performed, he had more smile and more ease. This time he was really stressing. Like I said, the strain. He was out of breath, looking like she was a little bit heavy. I thought he was going to get the buzzer, but overall, when it's said and done, I look back at it. I'm sure it takes a lot to be throwing a 100 and something pound woman and catch her just to throw it right back up again. So, but get your face right if that's what you're gonna do. Make it look like it's nothing, rather than stress.
I agree. And now let's go into Drew, our comedic friend with the stutter. I like Drew a lot.
I know why. Let me tell you.
Yes.
Because he has a black girlfriend.
Sure. That's okay.
Yeah. So yeah, when I seen him, he reminded me of you. I was like, okay, they got something in common.
Because I'm married to a person.
Oh, I see where this is going.
Do you?
Yeah.
I don't. Anyway, thank you so much for coming back. That was a little play we called What? I like Drew. I thought that he had some really good jokes, and it gets to a point where, yes, he's overcoming adversity, and I think it's so great to come out there with a stutter and to do stand-up comedy, and I think it's fantastic. I don't feel his jokes deserved the acclaim that they got. I feel like his jokes were at a 7, and he got praise for a 10. Yeah, and again, yes, it's great that he comes out and does it with a stutter, but when he's writing the jokes, he's not stuttering.
Yeah.
You have to write really good jokes. And his dog bit was fun, but there were some things in there that didn't need to be in there that he could have cut. It was a great punchline with, my cat has Tourette's. But I feel like there just was a little too much filler in that joke.
Once again, he has his backstory.
Yes.
And I think a lot of people played on that. Sometimes the applause or the crowd were a little louder than I thought for the joke. I like how he's the Eminem. He plays his weakness for his strength, and he uses his stutter as one of his bits in his comedy routine. He had a funny laugh that was cute, but I don't know if I was kind of laughing at the laugh or I don't know. So I really didn't get it, But like you said, when comedy is timing.
Yes.
And sometimes his timing may be off because of his ability. But
right, which I get, absolutely. And he did have some jokes that the timing was on, but I'm trying to look past the stutter.
Right, that was the thing,
with
exactly.
It's just they weren't tight enough. Even with the stutter, and I'm not talking about time-wise, I just feel like they weren't tight enough, but I like him.
He's a good writer.
He is a good writer. He's a very good writer.
Definitely a good writer.
He just needs to trim a bit
right.
for doing stand-up.
Good word. Just take it down a little bit. 1 or 2, 3 words. Yep.
But let's go into the gymnastics group. I do not remember their names, but that's what it was. It was watching the Olympics, I felt.
They had like the chain set production. They danced to Nick Jonas. It was cool. I wouldn't pay for it. Unless my girl wanted to go. If she wanted to go see it.
Right, but she doesn't exist. So
but she doesn't exist, so yeah.
Damn, you hear that, ladies? Cameron Penny is
Why'd you have to remind me that I'm lonely?
Because I'm trying to help you out. That is Cameron_Penny on Twitter. If you are above the age of 65 and looking for a nice young gentleman, hit up Cameron.
The 3 guys all had their shirts off. And... the gymnastics didn't do things for me.
I thought it was gymnastics.
3 guys swinging on poles already lost interest.
I'm okay with it, but in this case, what? Paul Zernin. Here's the thing. I think that Paul Zernin is great. I think he's very funny. My concern is that he has to keep stepping it up. Because first he did his first audition, he had the trick with the microphone. So that was a little different for ventriloquist. He wasn't just using the dummy. Then he did stuff with the dummy, and I thought it was funny. Then his second audition, he had the baby, and the baby peed and did some other stuff, and he had the baby crying. So then he stepped it up. This time, he came out with the animatronic puppet, which I thought was awesome.
Brilliant.
I thought that was fantastic and blew everyone away. But now what? Now he can't just come out with a dummy. He cannot just do ventriloquist with a dummy.
I thought he was the best of the night. To walk away from the dummy and for it to continue to talk was like I'd never seen it before. I thought it was very creative and excited. I thought if they would have had to go buzzer, he should have got it. But I think he could. I think he got a couple more tricks under his sleeve.
Oh, I think so too. But then it's like, then what? But who knows? Maybe he has a lot more. We don't know.
Just get enough to get the million.
It was fantastic. And here's the thing: Heidi did make a point. I hate agreeing with Heidi, and I don't in this case. But she said part of ventriloquism is we want to see that your lips aren't moving. And I get what she was saying because he left stage, and so yeah, his lips could move. However, he threw his voice. He did the voice of the dummy and had it move, and I thought that was very funny.
Yeah, that was dope.
He's proven that he can do it without moving his lips. So it's not like it's a puppet show where he's hiding his mouth. We know he can do it, and it was very funny. Like Howard said, he did a different voice for the dummy being muffled in the bag, and then when he came out and started, the dummy was talking, it was still very funny. It wasn't just shock value.
No, it was dope.
He was great.
Definitely. Congrats.
So last we have Samantha Johnson. She killed it as a singer. Again, everything I say about singers. However, I feel she was at the top of her game. I feel she was great. She came out. She looked great. She sang great. She's a singer. Cameron!
I was happy to see her and her mother reconnect.
Yeah, that was a cool story, but again, it's like, I'm not going
to... before she hit the stage, she came out and I'm thinking, don't mess up, because she's doing California Dreaming. That's like a classic, Mamas and Papas, you want to knock that out.
And funny enough, she did it in New York.
Wanting to come to Cali. She had like the Donna Summers feel, everything looked big, the whole stage, the whole production. There was a couple notes I was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? But she did a good job. I'm happy to see her go on, but just like you said, what can she do next? Because, we know she can sing.
Right.
Like we know the guy don't got to move his lips, but she's going to have to really do something special to really bring home this $1 million.
I agree completely. So now let's go into the voting, the second night of the live show. And it was a little different this time because they took the number 6, 7, and 8 acts, and America then gets a vote on them. And I'm not the biggest fan of how they did this because you got these people who could have won. So we'll never know, but if the number 6 didn't get the higher votes, then they could lose. Mm-hmm. And so it's like, well, wait, but they won, but they lost the second. I don't know. It was weird to me, but they had Samantha, they had Alondra, and they had the gentleman. And throughout the night, you can vote on which one is going to go through. And spoiler alert, it's not really you're listening to the show after having seen it, supposedly, or not, but you're here getting what happened and the results. So, gentleman, unfortunately, did not go through. Again, I think they'll do a really good job.
They'll be all right.
They'll be fine. Alondra, Samantha, what do you think over the gentleman? Those two being picked.
Yeah, I think that it should have came down to Alondra and Samantha, and but due to Alondra's big production taken away from her vocal, I would have to give it to Samantha.
Well, they both went through, so you don't have to pick either of them. But yes, I agree completely. Yeah, her over Alondra, I could see that. So we got Zero A going through. Hopefully that they will have something more to give to us. But Piff went through, which I feel like it was.
In that.
But I feel like it's people saying, you know what? I really enjoyed him so much the first 2 times. I want to see him again. And if he doesn't come through, if he falls short next time, then maybe he'll be
Well,
cut.
that's how I feel for Triple Threat.
Right, I agree, but I feel like Piff still had more of himself in it than Triple Threat had of theirs, and Piff had more of himself in it than Triple Threat had of Piff in it. So that would be weird. We also have Benton going through again, hometown guy. I think he's going to get the Midwest vote. He may even win. I don't know. Whatever. Drew. They messed with Drew. They had the poor Drew and the gymnasts. They said they were not the ones that got picked. And the gymnasts lost twice tonight. Twice they lost. But Drew went through. Fantastic. Paul Zernin went through. Absolutely. 100%
sure.
Should have gone through. Guys, we want to know what you think. Go on our YouTube, post what you think. Tweet us. Tweet Cameron, tweet myself, AfterBuzz. Tell us who you think should have gone through. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Are you hungry? Would you like a sandwich? We want to know these things, so please, check us out. Listen to it. Watch us over and over again. We will be back next week with the continuing. We would do predictions, but I think we pretty much had all of our predictions. I predict you will be back with us next week. Kevin and Corey may be back. They might not be. I might not be here. Cookie Monster might be sitting in for us. Bane might be here. Professor Weiss might be back. Who knows? Tune in. Same bat time, same bat channel. In the meantime, Cameron.
Peace. Follow on Twitter, Cameron Penny _.
Follow me, Daniel Weiss. It's Daniel Weiss on Twitter. Follow my improv group, Doctor Who Live Los Angeles on Facebook. Steven, I love you. And that's not just fluff. Check us out. Don't go see Fantastic Four because it was a terrible movie.
Oh my gosh. We should have turned it. Listen, don't go see Fantastic Four. I'm so disappointed.
If you want to watch the best Fantastic Four movie, YouTube the 1994 version. It's terrible, but in a great way. See you guys next time!
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz! You later. Oh, that's not good either.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.